Anna was just 19 when her life turned upside down forever. She lived with her mother and her stepfather, a man who pretended to be a caring parent in front of others but turned into a monster the moment they were alone. For months, Anna suffered silently, afraid to speak, afraid to run, afraid no one would believe her. And she was right, no one ever did. One night, everything exploded. Her stepfather entered her room drunk, his voice filled with anger and lust. He grabbed her wrist and pushed her against the table, shouting that she was ruining his life. Anna struggled desperately, her heart pounding in her chest. But he was too strong. When he tried to force himself on her again, something inside Anna snapped. In a burst of fear and survival, she kicked him as hard as she could. The force sent him stumbling back, and he fell onto a sharp metal edge sticking out from a broken piece of furniture. The metal pierced straight into his throat. Anna froze as she watched him choking, blood spilling everywhere. She had never wanted to kill him, she only wanted to save herself. But within minutes, the police arrived, and instead of comfort, they put her in handcuffs. Her mother refused to believe her. Court hearings were rushed. No one listened to her story. She was declared guilty of murder and sentenced to 4 to 9 years in prison. That was the moment Anna realized the world didn't care about the truth. The prison was nothing like she imagined, darker, louder, and far more dangerous. As the gates shut behind her, she felt her heart sink. Women stared at her like she was prey. Guards screamed commands. The atmosphere was filled with fear and violence. It was a world where only the strong survived. The warden, Frank, was the kind of man everyone feared. Tall, muscular, and cruel, he treated inmates like objects he could use whenever he pleased. His eyes followed Anna with an unsettling coldness the moment she entered the facility. Anna was taken to her cell and met a girl named Jenny. Jenny rarely talked to anyone. She sat silently on her bed, hidden behind messy hair, lost in her own world. But when she saw Anna, something inside her shifted. That night, Jenny watched Anna sleep. She moved closer, touched herself quietly, thinking Anna wouldn't notice. But Anna felt everything, too scared to open her eyes, too embarrassed to react. The next day, Anna was put to work in the laundry area. That's where she met Cody, the sharp-featured leader of the white group. Cody walked with power. Everyone feared her. She approached Anna and looked her up and down with interest. "You're new," Cody said, smirking. "Join my group. I'll protect you." Anna didn't want trouble, so she refused politely. Cody's smile vanished instantly. She didn't like being rejected, especially not by a new girl. Later, when Anna was alone, Cody and her gang surrounded her. They pushed her against the wall and started beating her. Punches hit her ribs. A knee struck her stomach. Her face hit the floor. By the time they left, Anna was bruised, bleeding, and barely able to stand. She dragged herself to the warden's office, hoping he would help her. But Frank only smiled darkly and said, "I'll protect you. If you give me something in return." His hand slid over her waist, his breath hot against her skin. Anna pushed him off and ran. She returned to her cell and cried quietly. Jenny watched, then slowly moved closer. She wiped Anna's tears, held her, and soon began to ucheing her. Emotionally broken, Anna didn't resist. They slept together that night, a mix of loneliness, confusion, and desperation. The next morning, a girl from the black group started harassing Anna in the cafeteria. That's when Anna realized something important. In this prison, she would either join someone or be destroyed. She returned to Cody and agreed to join her group. Cody took her to her cell, which was surprisingly comfortable with extra food, blankets, and supplies. Cody told her that if she wanted to stay, she had to prove herself. Anna understood the message. Later that day, she found the black group girl who had bullied her and attacked her brutally. The fight was quick, messy, and loud. Guards rushed in, dragged Anna away, and threw her into punishment. Anna was forced into a freezing cold room, stripped of every piece of clothing. The metal floor was like ice. She hugged herself, shivering uncontrollably, begging for warmth. Hours later, Frank entered. He lectured her about discipline, then whispered that he could end her suffering. But the price was clear. Exhausted and frozen, Anna broke. She let him do whatever he wanted. She felt nothing, only emptiness. When Anna returned to Cody's group, Cody gave her drugs. The two shared a long, intense moment together. One thing led to another, and they ended up in each other's arms. But prison peace never lasted long. The next day, the black group attacked again, and a huge fight erupted between the two gangs. Anna fought beside Cody, but when guards arrived, Anna was punished once more. Frank used the opportunity to take advantage of her again. Jenny later told Anna that every girl in the prison had suffered under Frank. He used fear, power, and manipulation to break them. Anna felt trapped. She turned to drugs to cope. She took more and more until she couldn't think straight. Cody tried to stop her, but Anna pushed her away. Cody, frustrated and angry, kicked her out of the group. Alone and defenseless, Anna became an easy target. One evening, the black group cornered her and beat her until she collapsed. Her face was swollen, her lip was bleeding, and she could hardly breathe. Anna joined the drug addicts group out of pure desperation. She used pills, powders, anything she could get her hands on. Jenny tried to save her, but Anna refused to listen. She fought with another inmate the next day and ended up in the cold chamber again. Her body couldn't take it anymore. She shook violently. She felt dizzy. And for a moment, she thought she would die there. When Frank came again, she didn't even resist. She simply wished everything would end. Anna lay shivering on the freezing floor, her breaths short and uneven. Her skin burned from cold, her mind numb from the drugs leaving her system. She felt trapped between pain and darkness, wondering if this was how she would die. But a guard checked the room and noticed blood on her wrist. Anna had broken a plate in desperation and cut herself, hoping the pain would silence everything else. The guard panicked and rushed her to the medical room. There, Anna met Nara, the only person in the entire prison who seemed human. Nara treated her wounds gently, spoke softly, and looked at Anna not like a criminal, but like someone who needed help. For the first time since entering prison, Anna felt a hint of comfort. Under Nara's care, she slowly recovered. Her mind cleared. The drugs left her system. And for a brief moment, she felt like she could breathe again. When Anna returned to her cell, she made a decision. She didn't want to belong to Cody's group anymore. She didn't want to be controlled, abused, or addicted. She wanted to survive on her own. So she grabbed a sharp object and began scraping off the tattoo Cody's group had forced on her shoulder. It hurt, and her skin reddened, but Anna didn't stop. She wanted every sign of her past erased. But in prison, nothing stayed hidden for long. When Cody saw Anna had removed the tattoo, her pride shattered. Cody stormed toward her and punched her without warning. Anna fell to the ground, dizzy and bleeding again. Guards dragged her away and took her back to the medical room. Frank soon arrived, towering over her as she sat on the hospital bed. He smiled, the kind of smile that made her stomach twist. He put his hand on her leg and began sliding it upward. Anna froze. Nara, who had been organizing medicines, noticed everything. She stepped closer, her eyes sharp. She asked Anna calmly, "Has he done this before?" Frank looked annoyed but walked away before she could question him further. At first, Anna hesitated, scared of the consequences. But Nara was the only person who had ever shown her genuine kindness. And so Anna finally opened up and told her everything, every assault, every threat, every manipulation. Nara squeezed her hand and promised she would help her expose him. But good people don't last long around monsters. A few days later, news spread through the prison like wildfire: Nara was dead. Rumors claimed she slipped, fell, or overdosed. But Anna knew the truth instantly. Frank had found out that Nara knew his secrets. Anna couldn't breathe. Her chest tightened. Her hands shook. The only person who had tried to save her was gone, killed because of her. And Frank used that fear like a weapon. He cornered her again, told her she had nowhere else to go, and forced himself on her, leaving her broken beyond words. Something inside Anna cracked that day, not with fear, but with determination. She knew she couldn't fight Frank alone. She had tried being silent, she had tried obeying, she had tried running, nothing worked. But now she needed someone powerful on her side. Someone who hated Frank as much as she did. That person was Cody. Anna went to Cody's cell late at night. Cody stared at her, confused, then irritated. But when Anna broke down and told her every detail, Frank's assaults, his lies, how he killed Nara, Cody's expression changed slowly from annoyance to anger. Deep, burning anger. Cody had lost people before. She understood what revenge tasted like. She agreed to help Anna. Cody handed her a small phone that had been smuggled into the prison. She told Anna to keep it hidden and record everything Frank did the next time he tried to touch her. Anna was terrified but determined. She hid the phone and waited. The opportunity came sooner than expected. Frank called her to his office, pretending he wanted to talk about her behavior. But as always, his hands reached for her. Anna activated the recording. She let him talk, touch, threaten, all while the phone captured the truth that could finally destroy him. Anna walked out shaking, but for the first time, she wasn't shaking from fear. She was shaking from hope. Days passed, and then came the parole meeting, the day Anna had been waiting for since the moment she entered. Didn't shake anymore. She placed the phone on the table and pressed play. Frank's voice filled the room, threatening, demanding, disgusting. The officers listened in shock. They heard him assault her. They heard him ask for favors. They heard everything he had done. The silence that followed was loud enough to shake the entire prison. Frank was immediately handcuffed and dragged away. For the first time since arriving at the prison, Anna felt like justice had finally touched her life. The officers praised Anna for her bravery. Her parole was instantly approved. She was free not because someone helped her, but because she fought for herself. Before leaving the prison gates, Anna went to see Cody. The two stood quietly for a moment. Cody, usually hard and cold, looked almost human. Anna whispered an apology. Cody nodded and apologized too. There was a strange understanding between them, they had survived the same hell. Days later, Anna walked into a small bar carrying her old cello case. She sat on a stool, took a deep breath, and played the instrument with a soft smile. The warm music filled the room, peaceful, beautiful, and full of life. For the first time in years, Anna wasn't afraid. She wasn't broken. She wasn't trapped. She was free, finally free, and satisfied with the life she had fought to reclaim.